Is screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Yes, okay. So 10 students, 5 students have joined. Yes, last class we have done with Flask, right? We have done with Flask creating the virtual environment, and also we have created with a Python file, and we are executing. That is how it. That is how to render the web pages. Okay, that is web the root. Okay, so all those things we are discussing for your last class, right? So last class we have done with. So by this time, everyone know how to create a virtual environment, correct? So everybody know how to create a virtual environment. And yes, have you gone through with the LMS videos? Everybody, have you gone through with the LMS video? Yes. And have you started doing with the lab activities? Okay. I have told you on the last class itself, just do with your lab activities, start doing with your lab activities. And I have told you to do with this, explore, right? MCQ questions I have told you to attend, and hope you have done. If not, kindly check whether you have completed that at least. Okay. And designing part, I have told that there is few guys have been raised that you are getting certain issues with that. So there in that design part, we have freeze that with certain use cases. You have to put that correctly, then only it will work actually. Okay, so what you do is that is for the designing part, you just do the projects, that is not projects, that is you just do the program and save that in a document. You do it in a python and then save the program along with output in the documentation. Okay, has a make it has a document. Okay, so if you're at the end, while we are generating with the certificate, if you're not getting the output till that, then we can consider, I will try to consider that that also. Okay, and have you received that Excel for there is projects, that is like what topics, what titles you have chosen for doing the projects? Have you received any mail?
Actually, mail was not received as of 20th. So yesterday I couldn't see that mail, so I dropped an email. Again, I have sent a reminder today, and I think just some 20 minutes back I got a link from um, Bhumika, sorry,
Yeah,
Bhavna, I
yeah.
think,
Wow.
for registering the project.
Yes,
So
okay,
just
okay.
now we have received that email.
Okay,
Actually, I
fine.
think they've missed out to send it. So I was searching for that email. I thought maybe I've missed it, but I just dropped an email. Today I've
Okay,
received it. So most
okay,
probably today night or tomorrow I will. I've already chose one project, so I will just upload it today or tomorrow.
okay, Krishnan. Okay, okay, not a problem. Okay, so hope you have received it. Okay, fine. Yes, I could. I can also able to see that. Okay, fine. So you just click. Just a minute. I'll check with that also. Mm, yes, you just fill out with that details. Okay, that is your project details, and yes, what title you have been choose for it. You just give that in that link. Okay, then yes, we can go through with the previous topic, and then we can proceed with today's topic, right? So yes. like yes, last class we have gone through with this Flask, right? Using Flask, how we are creating this app. That is how we are creating and posting the that is the HTML pages, how we are using here, how we are using the render template and all we have done for your last class, right? I will show you that. Just a minute. We can have a revision of it and then we can go for today's topic, that is APIs. Okay. So yes, before we start up with this, we have to create the virtual environment. When we open this terminal, it is inside the virtual environment only. Okay, and once after that, you have to do pip install with the Flask. Okay, so here from this Flask module, we will be importing the class Flask and render template. And here, that is, we are creating an object for it, that is the Flask class is instantiating an object and where we are creating then unique name for the app. Okay, then here we are creating a global variable and where we have given inside this we have given the dictionary format and where key value it has been given over there, and here we have given along with title and the content. Okay, so this we have given and we have used the decorator, that is root, that is app.root decorator. So if we are giving slash alone, then it will represents the home page. If we are giving slash post, okay, slash post if we are giving, then it will represent or it will render the template, that is it will render the page which has been stored in post.html. Okay, so before that, before we do with this rendered template, we have gone through with these things. That is, we have given directly, we have get the post ID directly. So how can we do that is just by giving post dot get of post ID. Like this you can do and it will return in string format. Okay, so how it is returning in string, okay, returning a string. And then we have also used that once after creating template directory, okay, template folder inside which I have given post.html, then here I have given this one, that is inside which I have given like hello world has your title, and then inside the body I have given this post of title and then post of content. So this part, this type of representation, we will be calling it as a dynamic representation. So initially we have given the content, whatever there inside the title that we have given over here. But here by using the Jinja, we have given the dynamic template over here. So when I'm going to give here like post dot or there is post dot get of post ID, then it will render the post dot html and it will gives you the title and the content. Okay, so then we also done with that is root, another root also we have created by app dot root of post slash form where we are rendering the create dot html page. Okay, so when we execute this, when we run this, we'll be getting this particular thing. And yes, you will be getting hello world. And if we give slash post, then you will be getting like hello world, this is my first blog post. And similarly, if I'm giving slash form, yes, then the form has been created. Okay, so where you can type the title and the content, you can type it over here. Okay, similarly, you can even do for errors, handling the errors along with Jinja, like how to raise the error, that can also be done. So for that, you have to write where you will be writing like the for raising the error, you can even write like at the root dot the particular path. Okay, so what root has to be, or if I'm giving slash, what has to be given over there, and you can even raise the error messages also. Okay, so like this you can do with your what you can do with your Flask. Okay, so these till this we have completed for your last class. And yes, today we will be discussing with your APIs, right? So yes, so Flask, last class we have completed with Flask introduction, web application using Flask, and connecting with MySQL database. Yes, database we have completed for your last class. Okay, and in today's class we will be discussing with interacting with APIs in Python. So here we will be seeing with API introduction, then accessing APIs. These two things we will be discussing for today's class. So what is mean by API? What is mean by API?
Application programming interface, man. That is which can connect between two systems or computers, whatsoever may be the case, so that they can communicate each other.
Yes, correct.
So, for example, if I am supposed to send an SMS right from my mobile to somebody else mobile without using my mobile, I can use a API called push bullet to do that. So, which means push bullet and my mobile connector will communicate each other to send the result.
Yes, correct. So API is actually, has Krishnan said, like API is an application programming interface. It will be acting like an interface in order to do communicate with each other, right? So that is called as your API over here. That is application programming interface. So here we are going to see about certain things about API and how to access it. That we are going to see for today's class. Okay, so yes. So first thing, that is, this is your three-tier architecture where you will be having the presentation layer and the data tier, that is presentation tier and data tier, and in between you will be having the business logic tier, which is called as your application server. So presentation tier, which consists of the, it will be looking like a front end. So generally in the previous class itself, we have done this many times, like what is mean by client server architecture, correct? So who are client and who are called as server? So client are the one who is going to post the request, and the server are the one who are going to respond for the particular request. Okay, so how does the client is going to post the request over here? The client is posting the request in form of the URL, and the servers are the one who is responding for the request in form of the HTTP code. Okay, so that persons are called as servers. Okay, and also I have shown you an example, like if we are not, if everything is correct, it will retrieve the data which we are requesting. Okay, if the data which we are requesting, the client requesting is there in the server, it will retrieve it and it will send the that is code, HTTP code called as 200. If everything is correct, if the request is successful, then it will send a code like 200. Then the page or the web page which you have requested will be received. Okay, if not, the error code will be sent. Okay, so now here the front end, that is the presentation tier, generally it will be a client program or GUI presentations. So it will be in form of or it will be done by using the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, then we are making a request. Okay, so the client is making a request, and that request will be first posted to the application server. Okay, from where it will be sent to the database server. Okay, the request will be given to the application server, and from there it will be sent to the database server. If the request which we have done is found at the database server, then it will retrieve the request from there and gives the response to the client. That is, the server will respond for the request. So this is the flow. This is the three-tier architecture will be done when you are posting a request and the request has been responded for it. Okay, so here you'll be having this thing like here you'll be having a three-tier architecture where you will be giving, that is the front end, we will be using the HTML or CSS. That is HTML is actually which is used for giving the structure of the web page, and by using CSS we can give stylish for the web page in to look the web page in a more stylish format. Then we will be using CSS, where you can use any style sheet. It can be of an internal style sheet, inline style sheet, or external style sheet. You can use any one of these style sheet and you can give stylish for the web page. So once after that, by using the JavaScript, we can make the web page to be interactive. Okay, so by using these three things, we will be creating an web page, okay, or website. Then we are posting the request and the data will be gone to the that is business logic layer. So business logic layer means from where that is it can be done in any programming language. It can be of a Python or Java or C++, anything. I told you, right, that is if we are using Python, then we need to use or we need to import a module called as PyMySQL, right? If we are importing, that is what is the role of this PyMySQL over here is the PyMySQL will be acting like an interface or intermediator between the front end and the, that is, or it is connecting with your Python program along with the server. Okay, so when I'm just using the Python codes and I'm going to do with this there is this request, then I should need to import the PyMySQL module. Okay, from where it will be connected to the database layer. Okay, that is data access layer. Okay, so like this only the request and response will be taken place in your client server architecture as well as in your, which is nothing but your three-tier architecture. Clear? So now, what is mean by API? I've told you, right? API is an interface which is going to be that is where the request has been posted, and from there we will be getting the response from there. Okay, so that is your API over here, and this picture you can able to understand what is actually happening in your API. Okay, so yes. So here API means here it will be giving like what, that is the request, that is it will be sent to the API server, and from that server the response will be generated. Okay, that is the, it can be given in form of a code and the data will be generated for the same. Okay, so now that is, here you will be having endpoints. That is, endpoints are the location of the resources. By hitting the correct endpoints, we can able to retrieve the data which we need. Okay, that is URL means you will be giving the URL like for example, if I'm going to give www.lnt.com, then that request will be, that is called as a URL. Okay, you will be giving that URL, you can able to get the details about that LNT. Okay, suppose in that if I'm going to give slash the person name, for example Renuka or Krishnan, something like that, then it is going to retrieve that particular data and it is going to gives you the requested or the data which you need. Okay, so that we will be calling it as an API over here. So here the endpoints plays a vital role. So based upon that endpoints only, you can able to retrieve the data which is actually required. Okay, so then okay. So which API is used in Python? So here we will be using the API called as REST API. So REST API is nothing but representational state transfer, which is using HTTP request. Excuse me, just a minute. Just a minute. Just you go through with this. What is mean by REST API? You just go through it once. So yes, have you gone through with REST API? So yes. So what is meant by REST API? Where we will be using, that is, we will be using like get, post, put, delete. Okay, so these methods we will be using in your REST API. So where it is nothing but the representational state transfer, which uses HTTP request for communication with web services. I told you, right? So when we are posting the request, the response will be given in form of a HTTP code only. Okay, so it will be communicating, or it will be using the HTTP request for the communication with web services. Okay, so that is your REST API. And then here you will be having the categories of API protocols. So where we will be having REST, RPC, and SOAP. Okay, so these are all the different API protocols category. Okay, so REST we know that is representational state transfer, and RPC, which is nothing but remote procedural call, that we will be calling it as an RPC, and SOAP is simple object access protocol. Okay, so these are all the different categories of API protocol. Okay, then so here we'll be having what is meant by REST API. So which is okay. So which is where we will be using set of rules, and the rules will be used for determining certain formats, and it will be acting, that is this REST API will be acting like an interface between the application and external services. Okay, so this is about your REST API. Clear? So that is here in Python, which API we are using here is REST API. We have told that. So APIs, there are like REST, RPC, and SOAP. Okay, so these are all the categories of API, among which we will be using, that is in this, we will be using the REST API. Okay, so here, yes, clear with this. Then next, we will be seeing with types of request. Okay, what are all the various types of request we can do in REST API? So first type is about get. Okay, get request. That is we have done over here, right? Get request. Here we have given no, that is get. So this is a form of request only. Okay, post dot get. Okay, so here we are requesting, we are using, that is we are using get request. And then that is when you are using get request, what will be happen over here is, that is we are just posting the request alone. Okay, so that is based upon the request we are retrieving certain informations or certain data. That is the request which are general or generic, then we can use the request called as get. Okay, so then next request you will be having post request. So post means where you will be giving the request, you're requesting for a query along with which you will need certain data to be included. Say for an example, if you are requesting for that is like username, password, like your login for your transaction, banking transaction, or if you're that is you, if you're logging for your railway reservations or something like that, then you must go under your post request only, where that is it, that is you're posting the request along with the data, that is you also providing certain data as the input over there. So which should be confidential and it should not be visible to everybody. Okay, then in such cases we will be using the request type called as post. Okay, similarly we will be having put also. So where it is used to replace certain set of resource value with another set of value. Replacing a set of value with another set of values, that we will be calling it as put request. And then you will be having delete, which is used to delete a resource identity, or which is used to delete a resource identified by the requested URI, or that is URL. Okay, so this is your types of request you have over here. Then we will be just checking with how to make the request in Python. Okay, how we are going to make request. So by the term we can able to understand, that is here the most important thing is about request. Then first and foremost step which we require to do over here is we need to import, that is we need to install the request. Before importing the module we need to install it, correct? How to install the external module is we can able to install the external module by giving pip install the request, okay, the module name. Okay, once after installing that we can give import request. Okay, import request we can give, and then we can able to use the method from the request module, like get method you can use from the request module. Okay, that is response dot get method, and where you will be giving this one, that is when we do with your web scraping. Yes, when we do with web scraping, we have already done with this. When we have done with, yes, the same line, that is R is equal to response dot get of the particular URL. It can be of Amazon website, or it can be of Flipkart, whatever it is. So once if you are giving like this, then it will request, it will post the request, and from there you can able to get the requested data which you want. Okay, then next is we will be giving print of r dot status code. Okay, then we have to print the status code. What will be the status code that can be done? That is simply we have given print of r in your beautiful soap. Then the content which we have received here is response 200, something like that we have received, which means the request which you have made is a successful request. Okay, that is it. That is you got that page in the server, so it is giving you a successful code like 200. Okay, so the next is, okay, so these are the 4 steps required for making an API request in Python. First one is you need to install the request. That is you how to install the request module is by giving pip install request. Then once after doing installation, you have to import the request module. Then we can use response.get method, inside which you have to pass the URL which you required. Then you can check with the status code also. You can print the status code also. Okay, then here we have done with status code, right? So we want to see what is mean by the status code. What is status code generally? Which is going to tell you about what is the status, whether the request which you have made is that is valid, or whether you have got it. Okay, so that we will be calling it as a status code, right? So what are all the status code available that we will be seeing now? Yes, API status code. So here you will be having various status code like this code range and the categories. Okay, so here the status code, or the we can even call it as an error code, which can be referred to the code number, or which can be used for referring to what kind of response we got from the server. Okay, so that we will be calling it as an status code. It will indicate whether the response is unsuccessful, or whether it is redirecting to some other errors, or some other page, or it is a client error or server error. What is that? Okay, so that is called as your status code over here. Okay, so here the code ranges from 1, and it can be of 100 or 101. Suppose if you are getting like such kind of status code, then it is called as informational response. If you are getting 2 and the next value like 200 something, most of the time we will be getting, if the everything is correct, okay, the request which you have requested is correct, and then you will be getting an status code like 200, and which tells you it belongs to the category successful operation. And similarly for 3, it is redirecting to the what to the particular error. And then 400, which is your client error or page not found error, something like that. And then 500, it is like server error. Okay, so these are the various status code available along with the categories. Okay, and now we will be seeing what are all the code ranges. I've told you like 100, 200 and all, right? So we are going to see the series of it now. Okay, what are all the series? Now, yes. So in this 100 series, so if I'm getting 100, then it is continue. If I'm getting 101, then switching protocol. 102, then it is showing you like processing. Okay, similarly 200 series, if I'm getting the response code as 200, it is successful, the request is successful. Similarly, you will be having certain error, there is certain status codes like 201, 202. Okay, so 204, which means no content at all. Okay, then so 207 multi status. So you have series 200 series like this. Similarly, 300 series, which is used for if I'm getting 300, then multiple choices. The information is about multiple choices. If I'm going to have like 303, then it is going to give you like check other. 307 temporary redirect, like these. These are the error messages. The status code along with the error messages it represents. So 400, similarly 400, it represents bad request. And yes, sometimes we have got like bad request and all, right? So that error status code is 400. 404, we know, right? Not found, page not found, error. And 408, that is request timeout. The request which you have made, it got timeout. Okay, so that is, these are the some of the 400 series status code. Okay. Similarly, you will be having 500 series. So 500 series means which is the internal server error, and 501, which is not implemented at all. And suppose the gateway is bad gateway, then you will be getting 502. And similarly, certain errors you have over here, status code you have over here. These are all the status API status code. Okay. Then next, we'll be seeing with how to start using an API with Python. Okay, so first thing we should require the API key. Okay, we need to get an API key. Then we have to test with the API endpoints with Python. Then after that, we can able to make the first Python app with API. Okay, these are the 3 steps required for starting up with the API in with Python. Okay, so first thing is about getting an API key. Then we will be testing with API endpoints with Python. Then we have to make the first app with API. Okay, next. Yes, next is about what is API key in Python. Okay, so here it represents a token or code of 12 plus random alphanumeric characters. Okay, so that is your API key. Okay, it is nothing but 12 that is or alphanumeric characters, random alphanumeric characters actually. Okay, so that is called as your API key. So here, what is mean by URL or what is mean by API? What is the difference? See here the example. If I'm just giving wikipedia.org, then that is called as your URL. Okay, it's just a link of any website from where we can able to scrap the data. Okay, manually we can do it. Okay, then API means where I'm just going to give URLs along with certain links. So see here, if I'm just giving coinmarketcap.com/API. Okay, then what it happening here is it will actually provide a data in JSON format, and we need to do or we can parse them and then we have to use them. Okay, so that is your API. So API is different from URL. URL is just a link which is going to represent the website, and here API means here it is going to have along with URL and the links will be provided over there. All the web services are API. So as of now, we have done with API. Just partially we can go through with this, and then we can go with the programming. Okay. So we have done. So that is what is mean by client server architecture or three-tier architecture. Here you will be having the front end and the back end, and how it is communicating with front end and back end. So both are different languages, right? Front end is using different languages and backend is using different language. Front end is using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and backend we will be using the server side language. We will be using client and server side, right? Client and server. So how to make communicate with each other? Okay, so when I'm going to communicate with each other, the data which has been requested from the client, that will be posted to any of the programming language. That is your business logic layer. So if it is Python, then which module we have to import? Or if it is Java, which module have to be imported in order to communicate with the front end as well as with the back end? Okay, that is whatever query I'm giving inside the Python, that has to be reflected, that has to be communicated with your back end also. So in case of Python, we will be using PyMySQL. Okay, so to interact with that is to interact with Python along with the backend. Okay, then here we have done with API. API is an application programming interface where we are requesting for the data and it is responding the particular data. We are requesting by using get or put method, and it is responding in form of an HTTP code. Okay, if HTTP code is everything is okay, then it will gives you the that is the requested page. Okay, then here you will be having this endpoints. Excuse me, just. Okay, fine. So then we have that is we have various APIs, that is various protocol, and here among this we will be using with REST API. Then here you will be having types of request: get, post, put, and delete. Right? Then the steps required for making API request in Python, we have to pip install, then import, then we can able to use the get method in this. Okay, that's all. These are all the various status codes you have in this. Okay, clear. Now we'll be starting with so here I'll be giving like you can with APIs. Okay, interacting with APIs. I'm just creating new project. So here we are creating a virtual environment for it. Okay, so inside this, I've told you that is the steps required here is first thing we need to import that is we need to install the request module over here. Okay, so as usual, how to import it is we have to go with files, and in this we have to go with settings, in which we have to go for projects, and in this Python interpreter. Okay, then click onto the add button, and here you have to import the request module. Okay, just click on to the request module and then give install package. So it will be getting installed, installing. Yes, so it got installed. Okay, so once after that, just close this. So see here, now the request module got installed. Okay, see here, it got installed. Just give OK. Now you create a Python file. As usual, you will be creating like app.py, and we have created over here. And now we will be giving import request. Then we'll be giving a variable r is equal to request. That is, we are requesting an URL, and here we'll be giving an URL like http dot slash 353 slash. Okay, so an URL I have given over here. Then I want to print r. Okay, so if I'm giving like this, so see here, I'm getting an answer like response of 200. Okay, so response of 200 means where the request is successful. Okay, which you have requested, you have over there. Okay, so that is the request is successful, so you are getting over like this. Okay, same way you can even if you want to check with the text, or you want to check with the content, you can give like this content. So you'll be getting the content which is there inside the particular URL. Okay, the content inside the particular URL you are getting here. Okay, similarly, if I want the text, yes, the same you will be getting over here. Yes, if you are giving text, then you will be getting in that is whatever there in this particular link will get displayed over here. Okay, so this is there in your link. Okay, so it is actually. So I have used this link. Okay, where excuse me just a minute. Okay, so I have been requested for this website, that is this URL, and here if I want to check with the page, and this is the view page source code, and then these are the HTML page, that is lines, markup lines, tags you have used for creating this particular web pages. Okay, so the same we are retrieving over here. Okay, just like we do with your beautiful soup, right? That is when you do with your you have done with web scraping, right? The same way here also we are just retrieving the that is we are retrieving the content as well as the text also you can able to get from there. Okay, similarly if you want the content, we have done with that, so the content also you can able to receive. Suppose if you want to check with the status code, I want to check with the status code alone, then I can give status underscore code. Okay, status underscore code. You can give like this. Then it will be giving you an answer like 200. Okay, which that is whether the status code represents it is okay. Okay means successful. Okay. Similarly, if I give r dot okay, then it will gives you an answer like true, because I'm just checking whether the request which I have made is correct, or that is which I have made is a successful request or not. Then it is giving you an answer like true. Okay, suppose I want to check the headers. Okay, then I'll be giving here as or dot headers or dot headers. It will be giving the headers which are there. Okay, the headers present in that particular URL. Okay, it is displaying you the headers that has been present in the particular URL. Okay, then we can even do some other thing like yes, I'll be doing with this like instead of this we can even have like I want to print the URL, then I can do that also. You can just give and it will be giving the URL which we have requested. Okay, so all those things you can do by using this request module. Okay, then we can check with some other examples also. Can check with some other examples. Like we can have like payload is equal to, and I'm giving in form of a dictionary, like page 2, and then I'll be giving count 25, then I'll be giving r equal to request dot get of, I'll be using different URL now, http colon slash http bin dot org slash get. Okay, and then I'll be giving the parameter here as params as payload. Okay, then I'll be giving print of r dot text. So when I'm giving this, you will be getting in format of, that is whatever we have requested here, like here I have created a variable and here I have given page 2, and that is I have created in form of a dictionary, and then I have requested for from this particular URL, and I have passed this parameter, and I want to just print the text alone, so it is giving you this as your output. So yes, clear with this. And same wise, you can even want to do with your username or password. You want to retrieve that also. You can able to do it over there. Okay, so that can also be done. So here you can even use instead of page, we can even use username. Here I can give username as and password as testing. Then instead of get, we can even use post method over here. And then we can give here as data. Then if you want to display this, you will be getting the tags which has been that is like title and right. Just okay, fine. So here, yes, you can do like this. Okay, so get by using request, you can able to that is you can able to give request dot get, and you can give the URL, and you can able to post the request, and you can retrieve the data whichever you want. Okay, you can able to retrieve the data by giving get as well as by giving post. And similarly, you can able to print, that is instead of printing the text, you can even able to print in form of JSON also, you can able to print it. And also you can even able to print in form of a text also. Okay, so this is a simple example. Okay, so same wise you can even do as we do in your that is LMS we have done, right? That is how to check with the real time API. Okay, so what we have to do with that? There we have done with open exchange rate. We have used with open exchange rate, correct? So here we'll be having that. That is where you have to give like open exchange rate API. If you are doing it for the first time, then you have to give sign up, and you have to give your username and password, and you have to do sign up, and then you can use it. Okay, so here I have already done it, so it is we can go directly to the dashboard. Then inside which the first thing you have to do here is you have to click with the that is IDs. Okay, that is app IDs you will be having over here. Just click over there, and where you can find out the app IDs over here. So app ID is a random like your random alpha numeric values will be there, right? So you can just copy this, and then you can use that in your coding part, in your PyCharm, in your coding part you can do it. Okay, so what we can do here is, that is in this one, here I can create one more file, Python file, like app1.py. The one more file I'm creating over here. So here we'll be using uh, import request, and then I'll be giving app underscore ID equal to the ID which we have got here. Just copy this and paste it over here. Okay, copy and paste it over here. Then the next step, we have to check with the endpoints. Okay, if the endpoints is correct, okay, if we are giving the endpoints correct, then we will retrieve the data which we have requested. Okay, so now we have to give with endpoints, and that is we have to check with endpoints, and then we have to give like endpoints. Okay, endpoint equal to, and we have to see with the endpoint over here. Okay, so in this we have to check and we have to look up now what does the open exchange will give us. Okay, what is the data we are requesting and what does the open exchange will give us. Okay, so for that what you have to do is you have to go with the documentation part, okay, in that exchange, and here you will be having certain API endpoints. Okay, so which these are all the things which that's the API, that is the open exchange will return Hassan, or that is the data it will return to us. So like you will be having latest dot JSON, historical dot JSON, currencies, time series convert. Okay, so these are all certain API endpoints we have over there, where it will be having different path we can access. That is, you can access, and the data which we actually retrieved from this particular that is from this particular exchange. Okay, so here we'll be clicking the latest.json first. Okay, here you will be having like yes, right, having this link, right? Just copy this. Mm. Basic request and response you will be having, that is here you will be giving like this, and then you will be getting that is in JSON format. When you're getting, you will be getting like who's the that is the license and the timestamp, and also the value that is in form of a dictionary format. You will be receiving the data which you have requested. Okay, so here you are just copying this, the link you're copying over here, and then you just put this link in your, in place of your endpoint, you just put it that link, that is which we are going to check, or from which we are going to retrieve the data which we want. Okay, so over here I am giving http colon double slash open exchange rates dot org slash API slash latest dot JSON. Okay, then we'll be giving uh, response, that is we will be going to request. Okay, now we are going to post the request, right? So here I'll be giving like response equal to request dot get. Okay, response is equal to request dot get, and we need to get the endpoint, right? So here we will be giving like F, and inside this I'll be giving in form of dictionary. I should require this. So inside this I'll be giving endpoint, and I'll be giving a question mark app underscore ID equal to the app ID. You have to pass it over here. Okay, the app ID. Okay, then after this request we need that response, right? So that we will be storing in a variable called as exchange underscore rates, exchange underscore rates, and we'll be giving response dot JSON, and we have to get that rates also. Okay, rates. Okay, then the amount also we require, right? The amount, that is USD amount we required over here. So amount. Okay, so what is the exchange rate and what amount, that is the what will be the USD amount. Okay, so that we required over here. So I'm just giving here as 1000, and GBP, and another variable I'm defining here, that is I'm giving here like GBP amount which is USD amount into the exchange rates, and inside which I'll be giving GBP. Okay. Then we want to print the USD amount. What is the USD amount? And that is for this USD amount, the GPB is this. That is the thing I have to retrieve from it. Okay. So 1000 is what amount? Okay. So that I should require. So I'm just giving print of in string format I should give. So get USD of USD underscore amount. Okay. Then the giving is GPB of GPB underscore. Wait. The here we get in form of a dictionary. Okay, so giving inside this. Okay, so now we'll execute this. Getting an error. Okay, so here no, due to certain login, you by in your end you just try this. Actually, this will work. Okay, so that you will be getting an output like this. Where you will be getting the output like this. What will be the GCD amount that is for your USD? Okay, for 1000 rupees, what is the GCD? That is GBP. Okay, so that you will be getting in form of a dictionary like this. You will be getting. Okay, so in your end you can even try this. Okay, so due to certain credential issues, I am getting this error. So you can try. Okay, so here we are importing it and we are generating, that is we are getting this API key, that is API ID key from the that is from this particular open exchange. From here you are getting it. Okay, that is yes, from this particular place you are getting the yes, here. Yes, app ID you are getting from here, and just you copy paste it, and which endpoint you want to check. Okay, so to which endpoint you are actually checking. For that endpoint, you have to give the link of that particular endpoint. So where you have to go with documentation, and you just check which endpoint you want to request. Okay, you want to post the request, then you just click it over there, and you can copy that link and you can paste it over here and save that in a different variable called as endpoint. And then you are requesting, you are posting the request, and the response is in form of a JSON form, and the amount, USD amount, here you are giving here as 1000, and what is the GBP amount for it. Okay, so that we will be getting over here. Okay, so this will actually work. Okay, you can try in your end. Okay, so fine. So like this only the API works. Clear with this. Okay, now we can see one more small topic like this. That's all with your API. Now we can see with GeoPy. Okay, how the GeoPy works in Python. Okay, so that we will see for the topic for today's topic. And yes, just a minute. You just check with it. Just yes. So anybody know what is the purpose of GeoPy, or yes, what is the purpose of GeoPy? Why we use GeoPy? We'll do with Colab. Now we have done many things with PyCharm, right? So we'll do with Colab now. So Google Colab, we can even work with Google Colab in order to execute your Python program. It is an online editor where you can do your Python codes, where you can this new notebook. New notebook name is GeoPy. We will be doing with GeoPy. Okay, fine. So yes, yes. Tell me what is the usage of GeoPy? Yes. What is the usage of GeoPy? Why we use GeoPy? So what is GeoPy? So GeoPy means that is we know what is this where we will be using for location tracking, or where that is here we use this Uber and certain thing like Ola is and all working, right? So everything is working based upon the locations, right? Based upon the locations and based upon the geo informations, right? So GeoPy actually it will be make very easier and in an easy way in order to locate the coordinates. Okay, locate the coordinate, like coordinates means the address or the cities. Okay, so the landmarks, particularly the landmarks. Okay, so that is the reason we will be using the GeoPy here. So GeoPy is actually a Python library, okay, which is used for making certain geographical calculation for the users. Okay, so that is the use of your GeoPy. So in Python, we will be using a library called as GeoPy, which is used for doing geographical calculations or certain spatial calculations. We will be using this GeoPy. So this is one of the topic we can even see. That is, we have completed with the API, right? So we can even do with this. Okay. So now we are going to see a small example program for how it actually works. Okay. So what are all the things we have to use or in order to use your GeoPy? Okay, so the first thing we need to import the module. Okay, like yes. So here you will be using a module called as before import we'll be giving from geopy.geocoders will be importing. Okay, so we are importing this nominatum. So what is this? What does it refers to? So this module, okay, this module is used for searching the location, or it is actually the Latin name which is used as a tool to search street map, open street map data based upon or by using the address or location. Okay, so that is the usage of this particular module. Okay, and here you will be having from GeoPy. GeoPy, I told you it is a library dot geocoders. So geocoders means it is a process of again it is a process of transforming certain descriptions related to the locations. That is the use of your geocoder, where it will be giving you the pair of coordinates x and y axis coordinates it will gives you, or it will even gives you an address or name of the particular place, or where actually the surface, that is where the location has been located in the surface, earth surface. Okay, so all those things can be given by using the geocoder only. Okay, so what we have to import here is from geopy.geocoder we are importing this particular module. Okay, then we have to create yes, then we have to create a variable like geolocator. Okay, geolocator equal to of user agent. Okay, user agent equal to, and here I'm just giving Renuka. Okay, then I'm just giving the landmark address like address here as some address I will be giving as what Nanagar, and then I'm giving like what Chennai. Okay, then I want to print the location address. Okay, that is I'm just printing the location address as L1. Okay, so if I'm giving like this, it will take few seconds to execute. Yes, it will. Yes, it is getting connected. So it's clear. So here we are discussing about the GeoPy library, one of the Python library which is used for doing that spatial informations and all for tracking. That is for doing that locations, for finding out the address of the particular person. Okay, so for that purpose we will be using this GeoPy concept. It will actually tells you about the landmark, everything it will track and it will gives you. So now I will be getting an answer like location address, and here it is returning you the address of the particular person. Okay, so here I have imported the module which is required for finding the location, and then I have given the locator, that is geolocator. It is a variable name where I have given, that is the nominatum, and where I have given the user agent name. It can be of anything again. Then the variable name where I have stored the name of, that is the address of the particular person. Then I'm just printing the location address of the particular person. Okay, so this can be done in your Python in order to make the tracking easier, or in order to make the Python developer to find out the, or to locate the coordinates of the particular addresses or cities or even the landmarks across any that is across the globe. Okay, so it will. Okay, then next, one more example we can even see with this, like, yes, again, like we can even see how to print the name of the state or the name or country of the particular state. That can also be done. So how can be done is, again, you have to import the same, that is from GeoPy. We will be giving from geopy.geocoder. Okay, will be coders, right? Coders from geopy.coders. Will be importing. Okay, here we will be giving that geolocation. Okay, geolocation equal to of. You can give the user agent. I'm just giving the user agent as what, like, I'll be giving GeoPy exercises, something like that. I'll be giving you over here. Then I'll be giving state 1 equal to Uttar Pradesh. Then print the name of the state. Okay, so it is going to print like state name. Okay, state name and colon, and from here, that is from state 1, it has to print, right? So I will be giving state 1 here, and then I'll be giving location, creating a variable location is equal to geolocator dot geocode. Okay, geolocator dot geocode of state. Okay, geolocator dot geocode of state 1. Then I'm just going to print state name, or it can be of a country name also, country name. Okay, so it is just going to print it, and then it will be printing the location address. Location dot address. Okay, so what will be the answer? We'll see now. Okay. Yes, you got right. Just a minute. So you'll be getting like state names and country name everything you will be getting, right? So clear. So from this module you are importing, that is from geodecoder we are importing this module, and by using that module we are accessing the location and the what the coordinates, everything we are accessing over here. So and here you will be having geolocator, right? So what does the geolocator or the geolocation will do here is, it will be using the Google Maps app, and based upon that it is actually retrieving the details and it will gives you an answer. Okay, so mainly that is these geopy and all will be used in case of like Google, that is where will be like Uber or like Swiggy, to trace, in order to trace the location you will be using this. Okay, so we will be using geocode module. In order to use this geolocator we need to use the geocode module in order to use the or in order to allow you to easily and quickly get about the information about the particular location. We will be using the geocode module also. Okay, geolocator dot geocode of the particular state, and you will be getting this answer. Okay, so you'll be getting here. Really, we have one more example in order to use the latitude and longitude. Okay, so first we have done with the address alone, then we have done with the state name or the country name, and now we will be doing with the that is the latitude and longitude. That also you can able to retract. Okay, so that is that also you can able to get from by using your geopy. So for that what we have to do is, we have to give from geopy dot geo coder, we are importing the module. No, we can. Okay, here yes. Then again the same. Okay, so here we'll be giving geolocation is equal to, yes. Then we'll be giving the latitude equal to something like 47.4700706. Okay, then we'll be giving with okay, then we are just going to print latitude and longitude. Then we'll be giving location is equal to geolocator dot geocode of that particular. Okay, then we'll be printing the address, right? Address, that is location address of the latitude and longitude. Then we will be printing the location. So here, printing the location. Yes. Now we'll be getting the latitude and longitude here. So why it is error? Okay, so sorry, here, sorry, G, instead of G I have given D, right? G, okay. Now yes, it is working. Okay, so we'll be getting the answer like the latitude and longitude, and you will be getting the answer. See here, you are getting the answer from, see, I didn't give this, right? It is retrieving you the answer, that is which has the latitude and longitude. If this is the latitude and longitude, the location address will be, this is your location address. Okay, so it has been retrieved and you're getting this as your answer. Okay, based upon this from this GeoPy. Okay, by this GeoPy module. Clear with this? Okay, so this is an example. Okay, so now today we have done with a new thing called as GeoPy, like for GeoPy library, and where it is useful for finding out the place, location, or finding out the coordinates, latitude and longitude. If you are giving, it will gives you the place, correct place. Even it will gives you the correct place. So if I'm giving the latitude here, latitude and longitude here, then which location or which is the address in that particular latitude and longitude, it will be retrieved and you are getting the answer from that. Okay, then some other examples also we can even see with this. Like you can even try, so many examples are there with this particular thing, like yes, we can even try one more example where uh, we can write a program to search the country name, and also by using that we can even find out the API, and also we can use this GeoPy packages also that we can do. Just a minute. Yes, clear. Just a minute. We can see one more example. Okay. So I want to calculate the distance between one location to another location. Say for an example, if I'm calculating the distance between the London and New York City, how can I do it? Okay, what is the code for doing it? Okay, so that we can even do by using this GeoPy for finding the distance. Okay, so you can give like this, that is from GeoPy will be importing distance. Now we'll be importing one more module called as distance. Okay, in which I am going to give the right, I'll be giving the latitude and longitude, or like the distance I'll be giving over here. Here I'll be giving 51.5074 in north, and south side it will be like 0.17 west. New York, if I'm going to give for New York, I'll be giving like 40 dot north, and then I'll be giving 74.0060 west. After this, we want to print the distance between London and New York. In kilometers. To print it, print distance dot distance. Okay, and in which we want to give London comma New York. Okay, then I can give dot kilometers. So if we give like this, and then it gives you an output. Yes, now see, you are getting the distance. We can even calculate the distance by using the GeoPy library. That is, we have to mention one place. That is, we want to find out from one place, that is from one source to the destination. I want to find out the distance. Then how can I find out? Then you can find out by giving like this. You can give the codes in such a way, and you can even find out. You have to give how much distance from the north and west, or from south and east. Okay, so that you can give. Based upon that, it will be calculating the distance, and it will gives you the distance between the source and destination, or two different places. That can also be done. Okay, so like this you can even perform. And some other examples also you can do with finding the zip code. Okay, for finding the zip code you can do, or finding the location address, or for finding or getting the city, state and country name. That also you can do. Okay, you can even try so many possibilities with your GeoPy libraries. Okay, so one more thing we can even try is, told you with zip code, right? So we'll try with that. It is also, that is, by using Python we can find out these things like in a easier way. Okay, so zip code, if you want to find out, then you have to import. Again, you have to import this the same thing. That is, like what, you have to import this geopy.geocoder, and then you have to use this particular module nominator, and then you can give the zip code, and along with that you have to give certain things like what are all the zip code values. That also you can give, and you can able to find out the zip code of the particular place. Okay, so these are all the things we can even do with your GeoPy. Okay, so yes, clear with this GeoPy concept. So GeoPy is actually locating the coordinates. Okay, locating the coordinates, and coordinates means that is your latitude and longitude, like x, y. It is locating that, and where you have to use a module called as GeoPy module in order to use the, or in order to locate the places, or in order to locate the address or cities, certain things like that. Okay, so first example shows you about the address, and second one is about the state. Okay, and third example where I have gone through with this latitude and longitude, and third one is for finding the distance. Okay, so that we can do. So today we have done with the APIs, and also we have done with the GeoPy concept. Okay, anybody have any doubt here? Yes, so yes, and last class we have done with this part, right? Done with this thing, what, Flask. By using Flask, how we have to create right, how to create the route. That is, how to go through with this. That is, if anybody is requesting for the data, and how to get the answer in the browser, how we are getting the answer in the browser. Okay, so for that we will be using the route method. Okay, route, that is route decorator, we will be using there. So the URL you have to give, and followed by the URL. If you are giving forward slash, it will represents the home page. If you are giving some other, if you have defined at some other function, say for an example, if you have defined at forms, or if you have defined at post, certain functions like that, then it will be redirecting to that particular route. Okay, and if you want to render the data from the HTML file, then I have to use the module called as render template. Okay, where you will be saving the file in a HTML format. That is where you will be creating a folder inside the PyCharm. Okay, and then inside which, that is templates folder, you will be creating over there, and inside which you will be saving all the HTML files. And then you can even that is, you can even redirect, or you can that is, from where I have to navigate, or from where I have to fetch the data. Okay, that can be done by using the render template. Okay, it is rendering the template from the particular HTML file, and in what format. Okay, so that can be done, and that can be done by using static, or even you can do that in a dynamic way also. Okay, where you can use the Jinja templates, and you can even do, there is Flask is basically, it depends upon the Jinja, and also by using this WSGI gateway, okay, gateway interface. Okay, so it is depends upon these two things. And then we have done with how to do with error handling also. Yes, I hope you have gone through the videos also. Okay, so all those things we have done for your previous class, and today we have completed with applications. Okay, that is API. Now, guys, you just check with the project. Okay, you just check with the project, and you just choose the project which you are going to do with. Okay, and freeze the project, and try to do the project by using the Flask. Okay, try to do the develop the project by using Flask. Okay, it can be of any project, like the list, it has been mentioned in your list, right? So you can use that project if anybody are interested to do different from that. Okay, apart from that project I want to do differently, then that is also that is the, you are also welcome, and you can even do that. Okay, so kindly confirm it, okay, as early as possible. So today only they have posted the project survey, right? Okay, not an issue. So you just confirm what title you're going to freeze out. Okay, and I have shown you the documentation, right? I don't know to which batch I have shown, to this or for batch 6. I have shown you the documentation in what order, or what should be the rubrics I have shown you. Yes, if not, I'll show you one more time. Just see to that, because you have to start preparing, guys, because we have completed 15. This is your 15th day, right? And you have only 5 more sessions. You just start preparing with your project, okay? And yes, so here you will be having, yes. So this is your project list. Okay, so that is where you will be having nearly 30 titles over here. So among which you can choose any one of the title, and you can do it. Okay, start choosing the title, and post it by today or by tomorrow. At least by tomorrow you try to post it. Okay, because this title has been that is, this title has been posted to you before a week, correct? Hopefully by this time you should get an that is, you should have an idea of which project you are going to start. Okay, so just choose the project over here, or else anything you can choose apart from this also. Okay, then the documentation is important. Okay, so you have to document the project which you have done. Okay, so where you have to summarize your project by 10 or 15 lines maximum. 10 to 15 lines are enough for an abstract. Okay, then problem statement where you are representing the existing system. That is, what is the issue you have identified in the existing system, and what you are going to overcome in your project, or how you are going to overcome it. Okay, so that has to be given in your proposed solution, where you have to come up with the solution. Also the architecture, what is the flow, you should show what is the flow it is taking place. Okay, so that has to be given inside your system architecture, where we should require a pictorial representation or flow diagram or UML diagram. You can even have, okay, all those things you can have for your system architecture. Then the source code. Okay, source code where you will be that is, hope you all know, when you start up with a project, first and foremost thing, you have to write or prepare an algorithm for it. Algorithm means where you are going to see what the sequence, that is step by step procedure, that is which step has to be taken place next to which step, that is the flow, you have to represent the flow, and in that flow only you will be implementing your program, correct? So that has to be done. Okay, so once after that, you can copy paste the code. Okay, you can paste the code or the algorithm which you have implemented for the project, that has to be given over there. That is source code of the algorithm. Once after completing all those things, you just upload. Okay, upload your project in the GitHub. Okay, GitHub, hope most of them will have the GitHub login. If your that is, if you don't have, most of the working people will have the GitHub repository, that is login. If not this, if you are college students, then you create it. Okay, just go for GitHub, and you can even check. You have to do, if you are doing for the first time, just sign up, and you can just check with that how to upload and all. You have so many short videos for uploading the project in the GitHub repository. Okay, so once after uploading that, what you can do is, you have to copy the link after uploading the project in your GitHub. You just copy the link and paste it over here in your document. You just paste it over here in this particular document. Okay, then uh, screenshots, that is your outcome, that is output. Okay, you might have got the outputs, right? So that output screenshot is required. Okay, then the analysis and finding. Analysis means how we are saying your proposed system is best. Okay, so based upon graphical representation, here you should give the graphical representation. That is, you should prepare a graph, and you should represent it. Analysis, we will be analyzing that, compared to the existing system, what I found is correct, and it is giving like what, 80 percentage accuracy or 88.5, like that and all we are finding, right? So that can be compared, that can be analyzed with the help of the graph representation only. It will be good, and it will be perfect when you present it as a graph, in form of a graph. Okay, so that is your analysis and finding. And finally, you will be having the conclusion part. You have to give the conclusion and references, that is citation. You have to cite it. Citation means you cannot choose a project blindly, right? When you're choosing a project, what you will do, you will refer to so many websites. You will be referring to so many papers, research papers, you will be referring, right? So from that, which one you are implementing or how you are overcoming it. If you are referring to that previous existing paper, that has to be cited over here. Okay, in order to avoid certain citation issues, we can even put whatever references or from which paper you have taken this particular concept. Okay, if you are, that is how we will do a project. If you are doing a research, that is, if you get plagiarism is nothing but when you're taking it from a single paper. Okay, if you're taking the ideas from ideologies from different papers, for from 5 to 6 papers you are taking and combining that into a single project, then that is called as your research. Okay, that is called as your project. If you are going to do your own project, then you have to do all those things. Okay, you cannot simply start. Okay, or else you can refer to the title which we have given for you. Okay, so that also you can do. So this is your documentation part. You have to submit at the end of the session. Clear? Yes, that's all for today's class, guys. Anybody have any doubt in your project or any other topics which we have gone through? Shall we wind up the session? Kindly do with lab activities. Don't postpone your lab activities, please. I'm telling you, I'm just requesting you for your goodness only. Please do your lab activities, because at the end, at the final time, that is, while at the end of the session, you may get issues because of the lab activities also. Okay, that is incompletion of lab activities, incompletion of doing the quiz. If you didn't do attend the quiz properly, or if you didn't do the project or lab activities, then that might be an issue for not getting delay with your certificates. That is the reason. That is the reason, since we are nearing to the end of the day, that is the reason I'm telling you repeatedly. I'm telling you at the beginning and all, I didn't mention, I didn't insist you this much. Since we have reached 15 days, that is 15 days has been completed. Now 5 days only there. Okay, so you utilize this opportunity, you look at, you go through with the LMS videos and also the virtual classroom videos also. Then if you have any doubt in lab activities, you can feel free to post it, as most of the students are doing that. If anybody have any doubt in lab activities, you can even post it privately, or in group also you can even post. Okay, not an issue. So we are here to help you. If you have any issues, just let me know, let us know in group or in private chat. You can even just contact us and we will be guiding you regarding that. Okay. Yes. Yes, guys. Thank you all. Thank you all for attending the session. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you all. Sri Ranjani, there.